Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going over the all-new Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Mercedes-Benz of Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this EQE. This particular one is still available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Let's start off with the EV specs. We have a dual electric motor setup paired to a 90.6 kilowatt hour battery pack. We've got 269 miles of range and then 402 horsepower and then 633 pound-feet of torque. Now when it comes to styling, I know this is gonna be kind of hard to see because of the lighting, but this is actually a green car. It's like this emerald green. It's really cool. And then coming down below, you guys can see how everything is just flush here on the front end. And then notice with the Mercedes logo there, and you've got a camera just down below the logo. And then we've got parking sensors here at the very bottom. And putting it all together, you guys can tell with the design, there's an emphasis on aerodynamic efficiency. And then as always, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now taking a look at the tire wheel setup, it's 265, 40, 21 in the front and over in the rear. And then you guys can see here with the wheel design, notice you got the silver there on the top and then it's all blacked out in the center. And then here's a quick look at the fender flares, and then notice how that continues along the side. You got the silver trim as well, and then there's lots of silver trim in this area too. And then here's your full side view on the EQE SUV. Now here's our key fob. We have our unlock function, our lock function, the opening here for the hatch, and well, it's a regular Mercedes key. Now popping into the cargo area, you guys can see we've got the cargo cover built in from the factory and got a little charging port right there. And when it comes to space, it's actually really solid here in the rear. But when you're all done, you can do the kick feature, which is pretty cool, but you can also just press the button, which I guess I didn't press it properly. Let's try it again. Take two works. That'll lower it down. Now here's a quick look at the tail lights, and then you guys can see the Mercedes emblem. And this is something that's cool with all of these EQ cars is you just click the emblem and then it'll actually open up the hatch. I guess this is the second time that we're doing the whole hatch situation. But maybe you guys can see the green a little bit better with this shot. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the style here on the EQE. Now taking a look at the door panel here in the rear, you guys can see the trim here at the top and then also down below. And then I love the look of the handle there. And then got the speaker for the Burmester sound system. And then here are the seats. Look at the design all down the center portion. Pretty snazzy looking. Legroom back here is really good. You can see we've got storage pocket and then we got some vents here in the center. We also have our own climate zone and then some USBs. And then headroom back here is also really good. And last but not least, yes, we got one of these. Now taking a look at the door panel itself, you guys can see the trim at the top and then also down below. And then we have all of our seat adjustments. You can see our memory seat function, heated and cooled seat function. Got our window controls right there. The mirrors do power fold in. Speaker for the Burmester sound system, and then we do have blind spot monitoring. And then here is the front seat. Notice how it's perforated all down the center portion. Got our lumbar here on the side. And then you guys can see the pedal layout. And then we got our light control right here. And then look at the trim on the dash. That's pretty cool. Now here's a quick look at the steering wheel. You guys can see all white. We've got paddle shifters here in the back for the regen, controls here for the infotainment system, volume voice command controls. We've got adaptive cruise control and then also some controls there for the center stack. Turn signal windshield wiper stock, and then we have our column shifter. Now this car still has the plastic wrapping on it from the factory, so sorry about this not being very visible, but we got the full digital gauge cluster that you have in a bunch of other Mercedes models. Kind of functions as a secondary infotainment system as well, and I think it just looks cool in general. Now in reverse, we do have a backup camera, which trajectory lines that turn the steering wheel. We got the bird's eye view because this has the full 360 camera, which is a pretty cool setup. And when it comes to the rest of the screen, response time with it is really solid. This is similar to what's in the new Mercedes S-Class when it comes to the overall infotainment system setup. And then here's all of your different drive modes. You even have an off-road mode. That's crazy. But there you go. This is pretty cool with the vegan leather at the top. And then you guys can see with the ambient lighting. And then look at like the vent trim, how that all connects. And then this is also neat as well. We can press this. It's pretty cool. And then we've got wireless phone charging pads, some USB action, some cup holders here in the center. And then here's the console. And then look at the trim on the top. And then with the glove box, just press that little button and it'll pop right open. So here's our one sticker for the EQE 500. You can see all the standard equipment on this and the optional equipment that this one has. Base MSRP there, total MSRP $100,705. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, and hopefully you can see the heads-up display. Both of the mirrors just do have blind spot monitoring, and throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, let us set off in the EQE. I'm doing my big Mercedes-Benz electric days, I guess what we'll call it. So I first reviewed the EQE sedan, AMG version. Then I reviewed the EQS sedan, 580. And now we're in the EQE 500. So I feel like I'm slowly getting a grasp of what this Mercedes EQ life is all about. So first off, I will say seat comfort's really good. And suspension's comfortable. It's not as comfortable as the EQS. Accidentally clicked that. It's not as comfortable as the EQS, but it's pretty comfy. Moving along with the test drive here. The suspension's really smooth, and obviously being fully electric, it's super quiet. And the insulation with this is great. I like the power delivery Mercedes has with their electric vehicles. It's just like the overall modulation, I think is really good. Yeah, everything with this is very smooth. Again, not quite as comfortable as the S-Class version, but it's pretty good. I'm gonna pop into the sport mode here. Now I'm doing a little bit of a different driving route. Normally I drive down a little bit further, but there's tons of construction here in Salt Lake right now, so kind of messes things up. Oh well, this isn't any better. We got a bunch of yeah, oh boy. Okay, well, now that we are past that whole situation, I'm gonna get on a little bit here. Yeah, it's got some punch. I'll get another acceleration up here in a moment. But to start to sum things up with the EQE, first off, when it comes to exterior styling, I mean, you guys let me know what you think on that whole set of things. We'll do the acceleration here, actually, once the light goes green. That'll work. But let me know what you guys think about the styling. Obviously, Mercedes, with their EQ cars, focusing on aerodynamic efficiency over anything else. And when it comes to the interior, I mean, oh, there's tons of storage down here. I forgot to mention the walk around. Hopefully you guys can see that in the GoPro. Whoops. It's nice. It's normal E-Class. yeah, that's quick. That's for sure. So yeah, overall, I think it's a pretty interesting looking car. I love the interior. I love how it drives. The suspension. Apparently, I'm struggling to talk today. The suspension is really good on this. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the new EQE SUV. Well, we are in the Sport Plus mode. Whoa. That's stupid fast. That is stupid fast. Okay, so that I was just seeing with the paddles and the recuperation, kind of like the overall setup there. But man, the acceleration on this thing is just bonkers.